Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kick the Cool podcast. We know that our job here is to let you have fun, give you a space to relax, and not think about all the serious stuff that's going on right now. But we do want to show you that we care. So we're all here. Say hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
The Kick the Cool gang is here, and we just want to throw out some thank yous and that kind of thing. So, Wopsle, what do you say?
Yeah, well, as a part of my job, I'm calling a lot of people right now, like 50 people a week, just checking in on them. And I feel like one of the common themes, well, the only common theme is that everyone is thankful for healthcare workers, and they're also worried about healthcare workers. Especially someone that's a spouse or that is in healthcare, or even people that aren't. They're just that field is on everyone's minds, and so that's just kind of where my thoughts are. Is man, it just takes a lot of guts to to leave your family and go into work in such a crazy time, and then also to return to your family after that work. So anybody that knows somebody that is in that field, just shoot them a text and just say, "Hey, you're an incredible person." That's kind of where my mind's at. Most of them I know are working extra shifts. A guy I know does a 1 week on, 1 week off rotation, and he hasn't had a week off now in 5 weeks. And so,
oh my goodness, wow!
So it's dangerous anyway, and they're
so
kind of
much.
going, so. You're all rock stars.
We have been getting some good feedback from our listeners, and that buoys me to hear that how our podcast is helping you guys stay positive. And all of the other content creators out there, I really appreciate, they're still doing talk shows, and they're still, just all, they're trying to continue and make sure that we're not just staring at a blank screen all day. So I really, really do appreciate all of the effort that even regular people are putting into putting themselves out there and making sure that we all don't, go crazy at the same time. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point, She. I totally agree.
Well, we just want to thank everyone so much. We want you to know we're here for you. And we also want you to know this. We're not going to be doing this all the time. This is just a short thank you, and we love you. But we know our job. Our job is to get you to have some fun. So let's get into it. Love you. Bye.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. Thank you.
Wait, not bye though. Not bye. We're actually going to have the episode now.
Love you. Hi.
Love you. Hi.
Hello. Hello. We love you.
Hello. Love you. Continue.
Okay, well, everybody, welcome to Kick the Cool, the review show that kicks the cool to the curb. I am America's big sister, Shishi.
And I am America's big little brother, Tone.
And I am Oklahoma's own, born and bred, raised and red, little brother Wopsle. Sherry, you didn't know what you started there,
No,
did you?
I didn't.
I didn't.
But that's the yes and. That's the yes and.
That's right.
Yes,
I'm not
and.
real great at that yet, but I'm working on it.
I am so disappointed in myself now that I just said what Sherry said.
Do you want to do it again? We can do it again.
Okay, let's do it again.
Oh,
sure,
really?
why not?
Wow. Well, I don't even have one.
I just expected you guys to. Oh, okay. And I don't think Michael could recreate what he just did.
No, that's impossible.
Oh man. Well, that's okay. Sometimes, I'm usually the one that doesn't know what to say. So
I'll take it this time.
Yeah. So, I'd like to talk a little bit about, our situation now, and this working from home bull crap that we have to do now. It's like a whole new world. And I call it bull crap, but I really don't mind it. It's just that, it's, of course I'm not as productive as I usually am. But, or maybe I am, maybe I'm not that productive in the office.
You're the same productive.
I'm the same productive.
It's just not very productive.
So
well, what I just told one of my neighbors a second ago is that, when school is canceled and work is canceled, then pants are canceled. And so it's really makes it difficult when you do got to go out. It's like, but wait a minute, it's 4:00. I haven't put on pants yet. But I guess I have to.
You just stole my talking point. Yeah, is that
what is it with you guys in pants?
well, last week we had the talk about at what level of dress do I have to be to check my mail, and now we have at what level of dress do I have to be to do a podcast or to work from home.
Well, I have last week was spring break I work at a college, and it was spring break. So I didn't have to work at all last week, and the library was shut down, my other job. And so I was just at a complete loss for what to do with myself. Like I thought I had projects, but when I really got the chance to do the projects, guess what I did? I'll give you one guess.
Nothing.
Let's guess. Well,
nothing.
Merge Dragons.
Right.
I played Merge Dragons on my phone all week long. So this week I feel a lot better because I actually have been getting up in the morning, putting on my makeup, getting some kind of, stretchy pants. So but from the waist up, I look somewhat professional just in case we have a Zoom meeting or something like that. So.
Now, I've heard a lot of podcasters talk about, especially the boys that we like to listen to. They all are very adamant about you cannot podcast in your sweats or work from home in your sweats because you're not taking the day seriously. And so you have to get dressed like a normal person in order to work from home, or else you are sending yourself the wrong signals.
Yeah, I can see that a lot.
That sounds like wise foresight, but we've actually instilled a 9:00 family walk right now. And about 8:45 every day, I'm just like, why did we do this? I'm so mad at my past self that I have to get ready to go out by 9 when nobody else is making me. So
yeah, but believe me,
I'm not saying it's not wise. I'm just saying it still sucks. It can be wise and also suck.
Right.
You know what? Usually when it's wise, it does suck because that's why it's wise. You're doing what you have to do, not what you want to do.
That's deep truth right there,
Thank you. Well, I would really like to get started on reviews, if that's okay.
I would love it.
I think that we're going to listen to the BLB. That's the Baloney little brother, Tony Baloney. I'd like to hear what you're reviewing this week, Tone.
This week, I want to review coffee.
Oh,
boy, that's my friend right now. I'm in it.
Coffee.
Wopsle, how do you feel about coffee?
Coffee is my only friend for the first hour of my life every day.
Yes.
Wow.
And then it continues to be a close second or third for the remainder of the day as well.
Right.
Do you drink all day long?
I do drink coffee all day and night. Yeah.
Really? That's why you don't go to sleep until 1 a.m.
That might be part of it. Yeah. No, I just like it. It's like a hug, but from the inside.
Really
That's what I say. We did not coordinate on this. That's what I say. Man.
Yeah.
We're so right on the same level there.
We are.
Yeah. So let's see. What do I think about coffee? I think that I am not nearly as into coffee as Wopsle is. But, and in fact, I've had, all these people around me at my job, they're really into Starbucks and they get all the fancy coffees and I just go get the Americano and they get kind of mad at me sometimes. They're like, you sure you don't want a latte? Do you want a little squirt of whatever, mocha, whatever? No, thank you. I just want Americano. I'm going to get my sugar and my cream and I'm going to make it like I make it at home. Only I have to put a lot more sugar and cream in it because Starbucks coffee is strong.
Mm-hmm.
Real strong. Yeah.
But I really like it. It's like a hug from the inside. I can't believe that you said that, Wopsle. That just made my day.
It really is, man. Now, about the Starbucks thing, I just don't understand how you spend that much money every day on coffee.
Yeah. I mean, even if you have it to spend, I feel like it's sort of a waste of money.
when you can,
Yeah, it racks it up pretty quick.
yeah, when you can brew it right there in your kitchen for, just a couple of pennies. Now, so I have a couple of talking points that I listed here. A little bit of research, which I don't usually do, but on coffee, I felt like I wanted to research a little bit. So the first thing that I researched is, does it make you guys poop like it does me?
Oh, yeah. There's an old meme that has a bunch of people like piled onto a train and hanging off of the train, everything. Have you seen that meme?
No.
Do you know that meme?
No.
Well, one time I made a meme with that. It's basically just a train that's like way overcrowded. And the meme usually is like, next stop, something funny. Anyway, I always said that I made a meme one time that said, had that train that's overcrowded. And it said, my coffee every morning. And it said, next stop, in 5 minutes. So it's just like, everybody go, everybody on board. We're all heading to the same destination. One-way ticket. Let's do it.
So true, man. So true.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. In fact, that's one of the reasons that I drink it in the morning and then I stop.
Oh,
So.
You actually use it as kind of a laxative?
I almost had to at one point. Yes.
Okay,
if I didn't have it, I was really, really, let's not get into that. But yeah.
We are really letting.
I mean, I can, that's one of my favorite topics, but
Right. Well, and so here's something that when I talked about the poop, I figured everybody would be on board, but this one, I'm not sure. I might be kind of an outlier on this. I might be a little weird. Well, it takes me forever to drink a cup of coffee. Like I have a mug that holds 6 cups and I fill it up and it literally takes me like 2 hours to drink it. But
So you basically have a tankard?
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of coffee. Cups. That's a lot of coffee.
Wait, Tony, you've made a mistake. That's just the carafe to brew it into. That's not necessarily the mug.
You're supposed to pour it into another container.
Oh, I thought that was the mug. Well, I also, when I'm brewing it, I just put the sugar and creamer right in there with the water. So I just
right. I've often wondered if you could actually do that. I've not had the guts to try.
Kind of a good idea, yeah.
Yeah.
So it does not take you a long time. No, it takes me a normal. Okay.
No, a normal. Well, I'm drinking a normal cup though, like a normal mug that holds about two actual fluid cups of coffee in this mug. So, yeah, no.
Yeah, I take about an hour for a cup of coffee. So I don't know if that's long or not, but
seems like a while. Right.
Maybe so. I guess it's a lot longer. Like a sweet tea, I'll be done in 10 minutes. So maybe comparatively, it might be kind of a long time.
Yeah, if you had the same amount of liquid that was water, or something really delicious that you like to drink, but is it because coffee's hot? I don't know. What's up with that. Now,
I wonder if you're just noticing that you haven't drunk it because you have to go reheat it. But with a normal beverage, you don't necessarily notice because the temperature changes not that much.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, I know that's not the case for me because the carafe that I keep mine in is so well insulated that it literally
never cools down.
It does not cool down. I think it is the first limitless energy source in the universe. I believe it does not ever cool down.
Well, don't let me take too many of your talking points away, Tone. But I do want to say real quick too. One part I love about coffee is because I love a coffee mug.
Right.
Like a good coffee mug is so cool, especially like if you're in an office with people. Like, and you got the cool mug that everyone at the table sees, and it's like, oh, that's a sweet mug.
Yeah.
Like a month and a half ago, I ordered a mug from the podcast Anthropocene Reviewed, and it's a review of a mug of like the concept of a mug on this mug, and it's big and it's cool and like gosh. I love expressing yourself with mugs. And when we first got married, Amy wanted everything to match. We got rid of all of my crappy bachelor silverware, got matching silverware, got rid of all the crappy plastic cups, from different eating establishments. We had matching cups. But the place I had to draw the line, as I said, our coffee mugs will not match. They're eclectic. They're cool. Right. So still to this day, that's the one part that she bends for me is we have a lot of cool, interesting coffee mugs.
That is the personality of the house.
Yeah.
Like that's where you get your quirkiness in there.
Oh, yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, I don't feel the need to drink my other beverages in an interesting container. But my coffee, right. I do. I want to.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm certain. I'm certain I've never drank Dr. Lightning out of something interesting.
Right.
Or like it's just always in a cup.
You can't drink it out of a coffee cup, right? Like
right. Oh yeah, isn't that weird? Like I at work we have cups in the cabinet for us to use, but there were no actual glasses left. So I was like, God, I can't get a drink of water. There was a whole cabinet full of coffee cups. I could have gotten a coffee cup and used it, but I couldn't make myself because it was not like thick and warm liquid.
And they would have taken you away to the crazy place.
Yeah, I would rather just drink directly out of the faucet than get one of those mugs
right.
for water.
Yeah.
Stick your head under the faucet like an animal.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Well, one last thing to mention is that this might surprise you. The United States is not first in coffee consumption, which I would have thought that they were. In percentage per capita coffee consumption in the United States is 25th.
What?
Yeah.
That's way low. Now I do know number one.
Yeah. You do? What is it? I want to know.
It is, it's Albania. Albania is number one.
Because that's where they grow it?
No, just because it's really urban, like something like 90% of their population lives in one city, and it's just coffeeist culture there. Every meal they clear the table and put coffee out afterwards, and so it's just.
Is that where you got your habit? Because you went there.
Maybe
right?
so. Yeah, I've been there a lot of times. I've been there 4 times, and that might be what started it. Yeah. But I can't believe America's 25th. We drink a lot of coffee, y'all.
I know.
We drink a lot of, I wonder if they're counting all of the frou-frou drinks, like that have just very little coffee in them.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they're just talking about like the actual bean consumption.
Well, and here, I'm confused about this too. Nobody called me to ask me. So like they have no idea how much coffee I'm drinking.
Exactly.
Right.
So are we just kind of like spitballing some numbers here, and who knows, right?
I think that what they're doing is falsely assuming that the purchasing of coffee equals the drinking of it, and they must not know my kitchen, my cabinets. It is full. I don't have room for a lot of my utensils and bowls and stuff like that because it's just coffee.
It's coffee.
Yeah. Well, I have a whole canister full.
Right. They're not counting that.
I don't.
Right.
It sounds like what they did is they called 3 people and got their consumption, and then they multiplied it by 100 million.
Right.
That's what I think they did.
Yeah. They're 3 best friends. Hey, how much coffee are you drinking these days?
Much.
Yeah. They were sitting on the couch one day and they're like, how much coffee you drink? Huh? How about you, Sam?
An informal poll.
Okay. Sounds about right. Let's go to Wikipedia.
Yeah. So what do you rate coffee?
Yeah, sometimes my ratings are only funny to about 3 people on the planet, but that's just kind of, if it's the rating it is, it's the rating that it is, right? I'm not going to apologize for my ratings not making sense to anybody. So my rating for coffee is, it makes me jittery.
Okay.
And that sounds like it must be a good thing.
It is. It is. It makes me jittery.
Yeah, Shishi, what do you rate coffee?
I am going to rate it just because I like the sound of this word and I don't know what it means. Arabica.
What?
That's what I rated Arabica.
I don't know.
Exotic.
Yeah. I don't
Me
know what
either.
that means.
I like it though. Arabica. Well, in the spirit of a previous topic we did, talking wrong, it's one of those things also that Wopsle mentioned in a previous episode where he'll say something wrong once or hear it wrong once, and then he says it wrong every time as the joke, and then everyone thinks that, oh, you just talk wrong. But I love to say espresso. That's what I rate. That's what I rate coffee. Espresso.
So you're basically saying you hate coffee. Right?
No.
That's what that means.
I wish you had just rated it that tone without the explanation, and we could have just let the hate tweets just roll in. Oh, everyone would have been so upset.
You guys would have both just hung up the call.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a good podcast, you guys, but 8 episodes is enough. We're out.
That's it.
Espresso. I'm saying it kind of like Wopsle's burrito from last week. Espresso.
Espresso.
Espresso. Okay, well, let's move on and let's hear what Wopsle has to review for us this week.
Online reviews are easy because they're beautiful. You guys, I got a new segment that I want us to do called Online Reviews, because we're not the first ones to review things, and we won't be the last ones. Everyone's reviewing things all the time, and sometimes people take to the internet to review things in a way that I think is worth looking at, even kind of reviewing their review of things. You guys know how sometimes reviews kind of find people are trying to find the words to review something and they have a hard time. And so this is a segment where I bring you a review of something online that then we're going to kind of pick it apart a little bit and tell what we think of this review. So
awesome.
I like it.
The first review that we are going to review is, the review is titled, Dear Guy Who Just Made My Burrito. This is a review from a burrito establishment that I'm going to read. Now, this is actually so long that I've cut it down a little bit. So if you find the actual one out there, you can. But this is the review. Starts out like this. Dear Guy Who Just Made My Burrito, have you ever been to Earth? So already you're probably already understanding this is not a positive review.
Yeah.
Because your burritos are out of this world.
Yeah, no, that would be a good way to put it, but no. He goes on to say, burritos are eaten from one end to the other. So that means when you assemble a burrito with zones of ingredients going that direction, you create a disgusting experience for the burrito's end user. Do you understand what he's saying? There's like zones from top to bottom of his burrito.
Mm-hmm. Strata, if you will.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It says, when you make a burrito, you should put the ingredients in layers lengthwise. That way, every bite has at least a chance of getting at least 2 types of ingredients. And there's little chance of becoming almost hopelessly trapped in a cilantro cavern.
I'm giggling the whole time because I'm just thinking about the strata of the who would do that?
Okay, I have to ask real quick though.
Sorry, go
Can
ahead.
you please clarify where this review came from?
It's
Or do
just
you not
kind
want
of
to?
out there. I'll do it at the end because I kind of have the guy's name and stuff. So I'll tell you where it came from.
Oh, okay.
At the end. But it wasn't like on Yelp or something. Although if I would like to just take this and just like copy paste it to every Taco Bell in the state and just lie and say that this happened because I think it's funny. But
Right.
but no, we don't know where it is. So okay, so we'll keep going. I love that this guy's review is explaining to this worker how burritos work. It's just like
Yeah.
Very rarely is the review explaining to who should be the expert what their product should be like.
Right.
But that's what this guy's doing. He says, when you eat a burrito, you don't... That's so stupid. He says, when you eat a burrito, you don't stand it up and bite down on it lengthwise like a rancor. He goes on to say, humans can't usually dislocate their jaws, and I'm not a freaking pelican. Right, because a pelican would eat it just by tossing it in that big old deep cavern of
all together.
Right.
Oh, okay. He says, but you must think that's how it's done, since that would be the only way to take a bite of your crapstrosity and have it taste like a burrito.
Wow.
So he's called it a crapstrosity, and you would think that would be a good place to end.
That's poetic.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Right.
that's magical. Like making up a word like crapstrosity. That's pretty good.
It is pretty good. But he's not done yet. He keeps going. Humans also don't eat burritos like corn on the cob.
Oh, I wish they did.
I was gonna say, challenge accepted. You watch me get kicked. You watch me get kicked out of Bueno next time I'm there from eating burrito like a typewriter. He says, that's what he goes on. He says, like a typewriter from one end to the other, a little at a time, then ding, next line. He says, but today I wish I had tried that, because at least then I would been able to get some rice, then beans, then be all like, hey, beans, I'll be right back. Just going to go over here to the guacamole for a second.
Hey, beans, I'll be right back.
Well, there's his problem. He has way too many ingredients on that burrito.
That is
If he
true.
just ordered beans and beans and cheese, he'd be set.
Well, and I do, yeah. You know, if a bean burrito is like my love language, so I love it. I do think he's talking about more of a Chipotle situation and less of a
maybe
Taco
a
Bell
Qdoba.
situation. So, right, a Qdoba
Maybe,
kind of deal. So really,
I've never been there.
oh, you got to. It's great.
It's delicious.
Except for this. So, but it's like a big old fat guy that in each section is probably like an inch deep. So it's just like once you get to guacamole, it's like just an inch of guacamole for this guy.
Right.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the reviewer was a big old fat guy. I was like, you went there?
No, the burrito itself. Oh, Okay. This burrito
go ahead.
reviewer keeps going. He says, nope. My experience was more like, hey, beans, it's just going to be you and me for a few minutes until I can excavate the rice from beneath you. But by then, he says, but by then you will be a fading memory. Oh, hey, I was wrong. I'm in the cheesosphere. Now rice must be next, but I hope it's not another salsa pocket.
Oh, salsa pockets are the worst.
Right. And then this is my favorite line in it. He says, you built this thing like a pack of lifesavers.
Oh, that's perfect.
Nice.
Okay, then finally he says, in conclusion, this is a big conclusion for a person that made your burrito poorly. He says, in conclusion, you're the worst thing that has ever happened to the universe. You owe everyone everywhere an apology for this burrito abomination, and I hope your babies look like monkeys.
Oh,
So
that one's a weird one.
that might have been a little,
Okay.
But
Do you feel like maybe that guy got that kind of a burrito for a reason?
Ah, great call.
He was, he was kind of jerky to the guy.
he may have ordered it to begin with, and that guy said, ooh, this guy gets the lifesaver
Yep.
burrito. Because he was kind of a jerk on ordering.
Yeah, they're all in the kitchen just cracking up. Like, no, just put like 3
Wishing
inches.
they could be there
just-
when they ate it.
Just put 3 inches of cheese, man.
well, maybe so. Well,
Sounds good.
yeah. So this guy posted this review on his website, and so not on like Yelp or anything like that. And I thought that it was just really well written, and of course the caps get more all caps as it goes on, and so I think that he really was kind of ramping up as he was going. That's why he ends with wishing the guy's kids look like monkeys. It's just really kind of that's like the volcano erupting finally, I think.
Right.
But yeah, this guy's name is Jack Dyer, though, and so he just posted on his own website. And he actually is the guy who made a Super Fight. It's a board game you may have heard, or Red Flags. Those are card games. Red Flags is like a fake dating card game kind of deal. So he's kind of a comedian, and it goes out. And although I do love that, he has come out and publicly very much admitted that was an overblown response to a poor burrito he had one day.
He admitted it publicly.
He did.
That's good that he was able to pull that out,
Yeah, he does.
out of the deep recesses.
He
of shame.
even admitted that he kind of embellished a little bit. And I only bring that up because I loved his response to everybody being so upset at his review of this burrito. His response to them was this. I thought was really good. He said, "Hey, take the time you would have taken to tell me you hated this post and tell someone you love them or call an old friend." And I was like,
yeah.
What a great rule of life anyway. Like, we all spend so much time on the internet reviewing burritos poorly or telling people why we disagree with what they're doing. So, hey, take the time you would have taken to do that. Tell someone you love them. So,
I like it a lot.
So,
that's great.
What do you rate this online review, She?
Well, so yeah, we're taking everything into account. It's nice to know that he was sort of joking, but on the other hand, that takes a little bit of the bite out of it.
Right.
And as he was doing on that burrito. I think that I'm going to review it. The salsa pocket. I have to give it a salsa pocket.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I have to
do.
Yep.
That's fair. All right, Tone, what do you review this review?
Well,
you rate this review?
That review right there, was it effective? Probably not, because is the guy who made his burrito going to read that? Probably not. Did it, it took liberties in making up words. It had a lot of problems. So I'm going to rate that review craptastic.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's good. Yeah, well, I think it's a pretty fun read, and I like his takeaway at the end, but I think he goes a little too far. So I'm going to rate this guy's review of his burrito just nah. That's what I'm.
Nah, which is really what he should have said instead of writing that whole thing.
That's right.
Jack, I love you. You're my friend. You're not really, but theoretically. But you could have taken the time you did to write this long thing to call someone and tell them that you love them. So that might have been too much time on it. But anyway. All right, guys. Well, that was it for this new segment called Online Reviews are easy cause they're beautiful.
Yay!
Applause. Okay, guys. I might have gotten myself. I always do this. I get the topic that has so much stuff to it. But this week, I'm going to dive in and I am going to review Weird Al Yankovic.
I'm so happy right now.
Man.
We all have a little.
We're just swinging for the fences.
I know, right? There's so much.
Good.
Oh man, because nobody kicks the cool like Weird Al. Who else?
That's right.
Could we have as our mascot, but Weird Al? So, Tone, what do you think about Weird Al?
2 days
Give me
ago.
your thoughts.
2 days ago, I have a long time ago, right when I basically got my Spotify set up, I was like, one of the first things I did was made a Weird Al playlist. And a couple of days ago, I set that playlist on shuffle, basically his entire catalog on Spotify.
Oh,
And
that's so funny. You did that 2 days ago.
yeah. And I sang
planning
my
this.
heart out. That's
So you are well prepared for this.
Yes,
That's
totally.
great. Awesome. So, but what do you think?
Yes, sorry. I'm just hopping over to follow Tony's playlist real quick.
Right.
So
Oh, okay.
you guys go ahead. And
Oh, yeah, I
will,
need to do that too, but I don't have my Spotify open.
Be right back.
Yeah, I cut my teeth on Weird Al. Weird Al has always been a huge part of my life, and I love him very, very much.
Okay, Wop, so what do you think of Weird Al?
I mean, I am the little brother to you guys, and so I had no choice in the matter. I had to like Weird Al from a very early age. He's still kind of around, and he's kind of just known for for these. He'll pop up and do these remakes and whatnot, which are great. But what I love is I didn't realize that Weird Al was like only this remake guy to most people, because we loved his whole albums. Like Spend One More Minute with You was
Right.
like my ballad from like the ages of like 4 to 10. Like I
Yes.
loved it. All of his polkas I love, just because we're kind of weird like that. And so it wasn't until later I was like, oh wow, people don't really know. There's all this great stuff behind the scenes they don't even know. So I love him, and I even love the weird, Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota. We sang that song like every time we were in the car.
Yes.
So
Oh my gosh.
yes.
I haven't thought of that song in a long time. And I'm looking at his long list of songs here on the internet. There are so many, but I'm so glad that you said that about the remake versus the originals, because my very favorite song of his, I don't know if you remember this one, but we had it on tape back in the day, and it was Nature Trail to Hell.
Nature Trail to Hell.
So you do remember.
Of course.
That was my favorite. And so that is when looking back, that's when I started to really be a storyteller.
Right.
Because I loved the story behind that song. Just, the lyrics took me places. It was a little bit dark. It was fun. I was watching, scary movies at the time. So it was right there. And nobody else would have written a song like that to appeal to a weird kid like me.
Right.
Nobody would have. So he did it.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
And I love the polkas too. And I could, it's like, I don't know. It's just really, he just has a really special place in our society.
Yeah.
And if, listeners don't like him if they don't know him, they need to go find out about him, because there's a lot more to him.
Yeah.
And I will say also, as an older, as I grew up, I keep calling myself older. I'm not that old, but as I grown up, he's used to be kind of creepy, like his persona, because the way he looks and everything, he's kind of cultivated that creepiness. But now I saw a show about him, an interview with him, and he's just the nicest guy.
Right.
And like he's been married to the same lady for a long time, and he's just really smart. And I'd like to find me a Weird Al.
Yeah.
Where's my Weird Al?
Right.
Well, because it's hard it's hard to wade through like the creepy Gregs, like to get to the Weird Al.
I've been through a lot of creepy drags, and none of them were. They might have been, but they weren't showing it to me.
Yeah.
The Weird Al part.
I feel like it's hard. It's hard to figure out who's the Weird Al and who's the creeper that you need to stay away from.
It really is.
I don't know if you guys are aware, but the first thing that people ever heard of Weird Al, like officially, was on, I can't remember the name of that program, that weird radio show.
It was Dr.
Not
Demento.
the Wolf
Dr.
Man,
Demento?
but
Yeah.
yes, Dr. Demento, right. And the first song that he played was Another One Rides the Bus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you haven't heard that one in a while, go back and listen and think and then think about the musical quality, the stylings between Another One Rides the Bus and off his new album. because back then it was like so much accordion and just people like slapping barrels and like, it's so homemade.
That's so good.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but on our chat window there, I sent a link to the wiki that I'm looking at with his complete song list. But I don't know. There's like at the later ones, it kind of stops at 2014. So I think that they probably got tired and didn't update, because I know he's been doing stuff since then. So, what are your favorite songs? And do you each have a favorite song, or do you just like them all?
Well, for me, like there's a couple that really stand out and that I just find myself singing louder than the others. And probably my number one favorite Weird Al song is Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's probably my number one. But I find myself singing Slime Creatures from Outer Space a lot.
Forgot about that one.
That was about to be my favorite. I think number one is Slime Creatures from Outer Space.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's so awesome.
Because that must have been the tape that we had.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we had like 3 different
we had
tapes.
several. Yeah.
That Boy Could Dance is one of the funniest things that's ever happened.
Yeah.
I don't know that I know that one. I don't remember it.
Oh, you got to go get it. And then Just One of Those Days.
What is that one? I don't remember that one.
It's just one of those days. Could it gonna be one of those days?
Maybe. Now, I've missed a lot of them since, like when I had kids, I stopped listening to things. But
right.
When the internet came along and got really populated with this stuff, it made it a lot easier to go back and keep up. And my kids and I used to sit and just go to YouTube and click next through. And so one of their favorite songs was Amish Paradise.
Yeah, that was a
we
good
would
one.
sing that one together. Yeah. That was a good one. They really like Eat It.
Yeah, I feel like
Yoda.
I feel like you got to have
good.
a favorite original of his and then a favorite remake. And so I think Slime Creatures from Outer Space is my favorite original. And I think I have the rarest favorite remake because like Fat is so good, right? Like it's really like funny and the whole video he did everything I think is pretty great. But my favorite remake for some reason is the theme from Rocky, what is it, 8, I think? It's called The Rye or the Kaiser. You don't know that one even?
Yeah, The Rye or the Kaiser.
Oh, The Rye or the Kaiser. So good.
And so that's one of those songs where I don't know any lyrics to Eye of the Tiger at all, but I know every word to Rye or the Kaiser, and that's the only version that I sing. Yeah, Rye or the Kaiser.
Oh my gosh. So I think my favorite one was the Amish Paradise. Like that, I enjoy singing that one a lot. So, but I do like Perform This Way too, which is a parody of Born This Way.
Yeah,
so good.
That video is really funny. He's funny in that. So, okay. Well, Tone, what do you rate Weird Al Yankovic?
Oh my goodness, this is so hard.
Do it.
Okay, I'm gonna rate it this, and this might be a little weird. I just wrapped my Cadillac around a tree. A big swarm of locusts is following me. There's not even anything good on TV. It's just one of those days. That's what I rate Weird Al.
So I think that maybe that's the theme for our ratings
right?
today.
Yeah.
So, Wapsel, what do you rate Weird Al Yankovic?
Oh, I mean, there's so many good ones. This is the most difficult rating so far.
Yes.
Because it's like the most important one to me in my soul.
Right.
Okay, well, since I already said what my favorite song is, I've got to rate it. Try the Rye or the Kaiser, it's the thrill of the bite. If you want, you can have an appetizer. Stay away from the tuna, it smells funny tonight. But you just can't go wrong with the Rye or the Kaiser.
Yeah.
Woo! That was awesome.
Oh, it's
That was
a
really
great
good.
tune.
Okay, so I have a little short rating It's not as elaborate as y'all's, but I'm going to rate Weird Al Yankovic. My Bologna.
Yeah.
Yes.
My balloon.
Oh, that was great.
What a great man.
Okay. Well, I guess that's it for us this week, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's go to Wopsle for some contact information.
Yeah, we have been getting
that?
some contact from you guys about things we should review, and we love that. We love to include those when we can. So you can send anything like that to reviews@kick.cool. Also, some of you see this already, but on Facebook, we try to take like minute clips from each episode and kind of post them throughout the week. So the idea is that those are just kind of a fun little thing to brighten your day, but also maybe that those could be something you could share to give other people a little brightness in their day, but also that they could kind of see kind of what we're about that might expose the podcast to other people. So anytime you see one of those little 1 minute links, I would just say consider sharing that on Facebook and kind of, let people know kind of what we're doing and what we're about.
Or on Twitter.
Or on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also want to give a huge thank you and shout out to the band Bugs, Bugs. They have let us use the song Reviews as our theme song from their 2017 album Self-Help. And we love Bugs so much. Please go to their Facebook page and like it, and go buy their music on their website, and tell them you love them. And also, we did add recently, we added a donate button to our website. And so if you'd like to kick a little bit of cash our way, there's no minimum. I think the minimum is $1. Every little bit would really help. And just tell us you love us. Tell us you appreciate us.
Okay, well, that's it. We'll see you in 2 weeks, where we will bring you more reviews you didn't know you needed. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
I want a new dog. When the wolf bites.
When the wolf chews a hole in my socks. When the wolf quack all night.
Nice.